Listen, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I have just about had enough white people as I can handle for 2018. So as you probably already know, there was like this epidemic of white people calling 911 on black people simply for just daring to live and breathe in this country. Now I keep seeing a whole bunch of posts and articles from people talking about, oh, is things getting worse, or this is Trump's America, blah, blah, blah. But this is not new at all. Like, I remember this kind of shit happening when I was little. Black people have been racist since the beginning of time. Black people have been talking about these experiences since forever. People just now are forced to listen to it because we can actually instantly share the evidence of white people doing this bullshit. But because we have this instant access to it, it's just like every fucking day. Like just today, I swear to God, I saw 3 different stories of this shit happening. Like, it's insane. And just to show you how ridiculous this is, let's just go through just some of the stories that have come out within like the last week. Barbecue Becky, the one who called the police on black people for simply having a barbecue in the park. Permit Patty, the girl who called the police on a black girl for selling water bottles. More recently, Coupon Carl, who called the police as a manager of the CVS on a black woman for using a coupon. Lawnmower Betty, who called the police twice on a 12-year-old black boy, once because he accidentally mowed a tiny patch of her lawn, and the second time she called because he and his friends were having fun on the 4th of July. That's literally the reason why she called. Oh, we're not done yet. How about Swimming Pool Sally, who called the police because a black man dared to stick his toes in the pool while wearing socks? How about Pool Police Ken, who called the police simply because he just didn't believe a black woman could live in this apartment complex? No other reason than that. Airbnb Becky, who called the police on a group of black women checking out of an Airbnb simply because they didn't wave to her. Golf Course Joe, who called the police on 4 black club members simply because they were golfing too slow. He said they were golfing too slow. Do you know how slow of a game golf is, first of all? How can you go too slow in a sport that is already in slow motion? That isn't what? Real Estate Karen, who called the police on a black realtor who was doing things that realtors do with the houses that they're selling because they're realtors. Or Napping Nancy, who called the police on a fellow Yale student who did the terrible, awful, horrible, unthinkable, thuggish crime of taking a nap. I can't make this up, people. I'm literally putting the links to all of these down in the description box. These are all things that have happened within the last not even month. Literally, as I was going through putting these articles together, yet another story of white people calling the police came up. This time, a white man called the police because he got fouled in basketball. You are so hurt that you suck at basketball that you called the actual, literal fucking police. White people, I need to have like a one-on-one. Listen up. Are you hearing me? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I really don't understand what the fuck white people's problem is. I was just like having this conversation the other day and I don't understand what it is that white people hate so much about us. We have never done anything to y'all. It is just crazy to me that white people think that we need to be afraid of people, of brown people, of people of color, when literally from the Bible to now, white people have been the ones who have caused the most violence throughout the world to even other white people. What have black people ever done to y'all to make you think that everybody just needs to be afraid of us? And it's crazy because even when shit like this does happen and you do call the police, black people always have to sit there and be civil because we can't do anything, because if we do, we get fucking murdered. Which is why white people calling the police on black people for stupid shit like this is such a fucking problem. It's not just because, oh, it's racist and it's rude and blah blah blah. No, it's because white people are literally weaponizing the police to be paid assassins to kill black people. That's the only reason why they do it. They do it because they know that we are afraid of the police, so they can use it to put us in our place. And secondly, because the police can get away with murdering black people when regular white people cannot. So literally all they have to do to get rid of us pesky Negroes is to call the police. The police come over and kill us, and all of a sudden they don't have a Negro problem anymore. They can go back to eating their overpriced avocados and the stale kale and gentrifying the rest of the fucking neighborhood. That is literally the only reason that white people do this, because there's no other logical explanation. So many of these instances that they called 911 for, you literally could have just walked outside and been like, oh hey, are you guys an Airbnb guest checking out? I was just a little concerned because my neighbor neighbor isn't home, or hey, little kid, could you please not mow this lawn? This is actually my lawn. You made a mistake. Oh, hey, do you live here? Because I'm a little concerned because we've had some problems with people coming in and out who don't actually live here. These are all situations that are 100% avoidable if white people just viewed us as human beings and had conversations with us. Because had Betty or Sally or Mary Lou Shalou and you an outdated coupon or a coupon for a whole different store, you wouldn't be calling the fucking police. You would probably accept the coupon. I know, because I have literally worked in stores where we take coupons from white people and them bitches get away with literally everything. While we're on this topic, let's talk about white women specifically, because it is primarily white women who are doing this, and then they do that classic thing where they just muster up those white alligator tears so that everybody will feel sorry for them, and they're like, oh, I'm so scared of this Negroes. The niggers are coming to get me. Oh my God, I didn't mean it. It's all a misunderstanding, and I'm such an innocent white girl. They weaponize the police, and then they weaponize their white tears and try to get sympathy and make themselves the victim. It's such bullshit. People always want to talk about white men being a problem. White women are the most dangerous group of people on this fucking planet. White men just don't give a shit. Nobody cares about white men. Like, white men are garbage. Men in general are garbage. But white men don't have to worry about anything because they're already on top. White women are so fucking dangerous because they want to get to that white man status, and they are willing to kill people and throw people, actively take other groups of people and throw them under the bus to get to that white man status. And all they gotta do is muster up a little white girl tear, and all of America, including a whole lot of you black men, is running to the rescue to rescue Betty. But me, Rebecca, this me right here, I'm over it. I'm not playing y'all's game anymore, and that's why I'm starting my movement called Mush White Women 2K18. Anytime I see a white woman acting up, doing any of them white women tricks, bitch, I'm just mush you right in your face. Just mush. It's not a slap, so you can't say it was violent. You just got mushed. It's disrespectful as fuck. It's not a slap, it's not a spit, it's just disrespectful. And the biggest thing the white women hate is to be disrespected, bitch. So we mushing white women 2K18, okay? On the last note, where the fuck are all you white allies? Y'all so gung-ho and ready to go march for Black Lives Matter, but when it's time for you to actually put in the motherfucking work, y'all ain't nowhere to be seen, because almost every single one of these instances, there were other people around, other white people around, and y'all don't ever step in to get a hold of your fellow whites and be like, hey, listen, permit patty bitch, maybe you should mind your motherfucking business and bring your ugly ass, wide ass, ottoman shaped ass back into your motherfucking house, bitch, and close your window and mind your fucking business. Y'all don't ever say that. Y'all just always sit around watching racism happen, watching black people get shot and killed. Y'all just always want to sit around, but let there be a march, and you the #1 people out there, because it gets your face out there and makes you feel like you doing something without actually doing anything. Which is why I have said before that I absolutely do not give a fuck about marches, because they don't do nothing if you ain't putting in the motherfucking groundwork, which so many of y'all don't want to do. I'm looking at you, white allies. So I'm done. I've had it up to here. White people, y'all are like beyond canceled. I mean, y'all was canceled in like 1492, but you double canceled. I've had my fellow white people for the year. Y'all getting the most disrespectful treatment for the rest of forever. I don't want to see now one white person calling themselves a motherfucking ally to Black lives when y'all ain't out here actually putting in no motherfucking work.